Hey, everyone. It's
Hello,
Patrick,
and Patty.
and we are live streaming today from Happy Acres Campground. We're going out on TWD Life, which we haven't posted anything on TWD
It's
Life in
been a
like
while.
months.
Oh my gosh.
But we're also primarily live streaming on the Camp Happy Acres YouTube channel,
Right?
and we are going out on Facebook
Woohoo!
for Travels with Delaney.
All right.
So for those of you wondering what is going on,
We're
well,
at a pool party.
we have a pool party. So Angie and Kevin bought this campground back in August of 2021,
Correct.
and the pool that was here was in really bad shape.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even in this location.
Nope, and they ripped it out and they placed an order for a new pool,
Right.
and it didn't show up until last fall.
fall,
Took a whole
right.
year to get a pool here.
Oh my gosh, there's so many hoops they had to jump through. It was crazy.
I know, and so
Not just county troops.
So they
Hoops.
ended up finally getting it, and then they had all winter all kinds of hoops to jump through
Oh,
with the
yeah.
state. But the short of it is, we have a brand new pool here at Happy Acres Campground,
Uh-huh.
and we are celebrating today with the official grand opening party.
We are.
So we've got Josh Ayers, local musician, there under the
Awesome.
white canopy playing.
Yeah.
So we got live music for 3 hours.
We got cornhole. We got ice cream.
Ice cream. Patty's manning the ice cream
I'm the
station.
good humor lady.
And in fact, let's go ahead. We'll pan the camera around, bring it down, and there we are. So we're set up in the pavilion so we can watch everything going on.
Mhm.
And got my Pens hat on because to me, penguins and pools go together, right?
Sure.
All right. So yeah, we got the ice cream back here for sale. On the other side of the pool, the six out at James,
Yep.
which is the official food and beverage
They
partner
brought the
of Happy
whiskey
Acres.
wagon.
That's right. The whiskey wagon is
adult
here.
Beverages.
I'm going to turn my mic down. I look a little hot there.
Yeah,
Getting excited with this pool party.
I know.
So people can come up to the pool. Now, sadly, if you're not camping here, unfortunately today you are not invited.
Right.
Normally you can buy a day pass to come in, but they wanted to keep this exclusive for everyone camping.
Well, and they just wanted to, I guess, treat those that are camping here today.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we have a full house. There might be one cabin available. I don't know
Right.
if there's any sites available.
I think we're pretty full.
Pretty full.
Mhm.
And so I think
We have
by
a great day too. Look at
the
that.
weather here is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and pan back around because you probably don't want to look at us. You
No.
want to see this beautiful pool deck.
There's cornhole.
Yep.
And Jenga. All kinds of things you could do.
Hey, Earl. We've got Earl in the house. He says it looks awesome.
It is.
It is awesome. I tell you what, they're still obviously working on landscaping because literally the pool just opened a couple weeks ago.
Right.
They were hustling to get it done for the 4th of July, which they did. So, yeah, we still got some landscaping to get done. But in general, the pool furniture is here, the umbrellas, tables.
It's just beautiful. That water, Kevin keeps it so clean. It's just crystally sparkly.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
And one of the big questions people always ask is it going to be heated?
It is.
It is heated.
And that's a rarity.
I know. We go to so many campgrounds where they have a pool, but they don't heat it. And,
No.
and you can't swim in it until late August.
Well, especially here in Northeast Indiana. My goodness, sometimes you have cool nights and that water would get cool. Hi, Linda.
Linda in the house,
in the
joining us
house.
virtually for the pool party. Linda,
Hi, Linda.
we actually wished you were here,
I
Linda. That would make it
know.
better. But
Yes, it would.
so hey, look at this. People are slowly starting to roll in.
Party.
Look at this. We got golf carts coming that are all decorated,
Yeah.
celebrating the pool opening. It's like a big deal here, especially for the seasonals.
Yeah.
But even the nightlies, I mean, a lot of nightlies have been asking for it, and it's not that they haven't wanted a pool. It's a process. So, yeah, Linda, you are so right. Kevin and Angie, what they have done with this place, everybody we encounter that we talk to, Patty,
Yes.
have you ever noticed the theme is always wow?
Yeah, they are. They're so impressed, especially if they've been here like last fall and then they've come back this season, how much has changed because they've put so much time, work, effort. New things are just keep popping up. They have so many cool plans for this place. So it's just beautiful.
And we'll try to get Angie and Kevin over here at some point to
Yeah.
join us to kind of maybe share that pain and agony that they went through to get this pool in place.
Yeah, it was a lot of agony, I think.
I think last night we checked the temperature. I think the pool was setting at 86 degrees.
Isn't that great? Oh my gosh.
So if you do come camp with us, we still have a lot of good camping season left.
Right.
Happy Acres is going to be open until I believe around October 15th.
Yep.
So, and we do have a Travels with Delaney camp out
We
coming
do.
up September 22nd and 23rd. And hey, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Carrie, one of these days we're going to get out your way. Hopefully you'll be available. We can come out and finally meet in person. So, but you know I love following your Instagram account. So Carrie's out in Washington, Patty. You would know if I show you the pictures.
Right.
But
Truman wants to go out to Washington.
He does. He wants to see his friends Jeff and Shelley.
Yeah, he's got friends in Washington.
For those of you that don't know,
Truman's our
in
puppy.
2018, I think it was. Yeah,
well, he
2018.
Was born in 19.
Oh, 19. Then it was 2019.
Yeah. We went out. We had got Truman 10 weeks old. Went to Glacier and then went out west. And we were out west at a Starbucks because we had done laundry and just kind of hanging out and whatever. And these nice folks come and say, "Can we talk to your puppy? See your puppy?" We're like, "Sure." And by the end of the conversation, they invited us to 4th of July celebration with their family.
So anyway, Jeff and Shelley, we always say, are Truman's friends because obviously they would have never sat down with us at Starbucks if it hadn't been for Truman.
To them about that. Like,
and they agreed.
They're like, "We normally don't just sit down with people.
Complete strangers.
But we saw your cute puppy," because they had lost their puppy that looked similar to Truman like a month or so, whatever, prior. And they just wanted to love on him. And he's still cute, but he was awfully cute as a little guy.
Well,
yeah.
So someday we're talking about next summer, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. So.
We hope so.
In fact, Earl says we are eventually heading to Washington. We'll be there in October. Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you've never been to the state of Washington, one of the things that I'm always shocked about with states is how from one end of the state to the other, they're different. Yeah. And Indiana's that way too, but not nearly as drastic as like Washington and Oregon.
Wasn't that where it was kind of almost like
on the east side, it's more deserty kind of, and then you move into the mountains and the greenery, and then eventually
the pines,
the ocean.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful spot. We had a great time there. Snoqualmie Falls, I remember that. We loved that. It was great.
Oh, Carrie will always take suggestions for Oregon. We do. When we were there, we spent most of our time in the Willamette Valley, and we absolutely loved that. But we were also over in Sisters and the Bend area and loved that. Mm-hmm. We haven't spent a lot of time in Eastern Oregon.
We haven't.
Or in Washington, we primarily have always done Snoqualmie.
Yep.
We went to Leavenworth, Seattle, obviously, Olympic. Or is it Olympic or Olympia? I never know.
I
screw it up.
Olympia.
Olympia.
I'm not
National
sure. Olympic?
Park,
I don't know. Let's look it up. So.
Oh, Earl says they used to live there on the west side, and currently they have kids on both sides.
Ooh,
so
there you go.
Actually, Earl, I can do you one better. So we met these people last month up in Maine, the Grand Shamrock Tour, John and Caroline.
Yep.
They're from Oregon.
Yes, they are.
They sold their house. They're traveling the U.S. in a fifth wheel, but they have one child that still lives on the West Coast, and now they have one child on the East Coast over in Boston.
Yeah.
So they literally have a child on each coast now. So.
Right. Kind of cool. They get to go both sides.
Yeah. Pretty.
Oh, look, they made a sign. It says pool party, fun in the sun.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't have a zoom on it.
Someone got their markers out, had a little art or paint or something. It's pretty cool. Oh, I like how they added palm trees. Can Angie add palm trees?
It is Olympic. And the city capital is Olympia. So we were partially.
We were partially right.
Yeah. On some front.
Yeah. It's morning.
So anyone who might be watching us live or you see this on replay, we are at Happy Acres Campground in Angola, Indiana. We are located right at Interstate 69 and US 20.
Yep.
We're about 10 minutes south of the Indiana toll road. So it's such a great location for anyone passing through Indiana on the north. But the other thing is we are an hour or less from things like all the big RV manufacturers in Elkhart, Jayco, Grand Design, Alliance, all the Keystone products, Forest River. But more importantly, we're close to the National Hall of Fame and RV Museum.
It's awesome.
And so if you're ever coming to Indiana, you're an RV owner, that's a must do.
Well, and if you're traveling with your rig, they got so much space there. You can park right there, and I think they even let you camp overnight, don't they?
They will, yes. They are a harvest host, but
Okay.
I've heard that as long as you're going to buy tickets to the museum,
You're
you don't
good
have
to
to be a
go.
harvest host. They'll
Yep.
let you stay in the parking lot.
Right.
So,
And you're near, that's all near Amish country.
right.
We call it Shipshewana.
Shipshawana,
It's,
Middlebury,
oh my gosh, all the
and
good food.
yeah, and so like we have friends here, and hopefully they're going to come up and join us in a little bit. Jerry and Teresa from YouTube's Happy Place Diaries,
Right.
who are also from Oregon,
Yep.
are here in the park with us for the week, and so I think we'll probably be taking them over to one of the big Amish restaurants.
Yeah.
And we have two major ones here in Northeast Indiana. We have the Das Dutch Essen House. And then we also have the Blue Gate in downtown Shipshawana. And
Right.
honestly, they're both basically the same
They're
thing.
very similar.
Very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Both offer family style. Both offer buffet.
Yep.
They also, I think, both offer menu if you just.
And they all have souvenir shops.
And they all have souvenir shops and pie. Amazing
and
pie.
Oh, and well, that's the bakery. Yeah. Fluff. Amish fluff.
Oh, now Linda's chiming in with places to eat, I believe, and drink out in Oregon.
Okay.
Let's see, John Day, Oregon, on the east side of Oregon, pretty area, and 1188 Brewing and Grub Steak Mining Bar and Grill, yummy.
Ooh.
So, Linda, you always are a wealth of knowledge.
She always has good ideas, doesn't she?
She does. Linda is.
Well, she travels a lot.
Yeah, as I say, Linda is on the move.
Not just with her rig and her mom, but she motorcycles it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So those of you that don't know our friend Linda is in a Class B.
Beautiful.
And she started, or she did have, I shouldn't say started because,
she had a Lance.
But prior she had a Lance, smaller than our Lance, but she's got her Class B. And already this year, I know she went to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And she swung by our place.
She went to Michigan.
It's amazing that Indiana's a swing by.
Yeah.
But actually, she was headed up to Michigan to get some work done at General RV and hang out with Becky B. And then she went back to Florida. Then she hit the road again. And she says she travels for food.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
There's usually a food in mind. Because I know you've been thinking in your head about a place in
Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I want to go to the Shady Maple Smorgasbord.
And this thing we saw on YouTube, I've never seen it. My goodness, what is it? A football length field long of buffet?
It's ridiculous.
It's huge.
It's been well documented
so many choices.
It's been documented on YouTube.
So.
Hey, let's go ahead. Look who just showed up.
Oh.
We'll turn the camera around.
Does she need which one? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We just got to figure out which one it is, and then we got to see if it's actually working this time. Okay, it's this one. And we'll get you on. Can we hear you? Oh, we cannot hear her.
Well, hold on.
Why are we only...
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. That's okay. We're going to... Oh, try that. There you are.
She's here.
Apparently, I cannot do a simple wire follow. Now, here's my question to anybody who might be still on here. Can you hear Angie? Angie, go ahead and say something. Because the other day, we had troubles with the mic. So I'm curious, could you hear Angie say, hello, welcome to Happy Acres?
Linda, let us know.
Yeah. In fact,
Linda's on here.
Linda's leaving Monday for an 8,500-mile motorcycle trip.
Oh, yeah, on a motorcycle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any comments. Oh, Earl says he cannot hear her. I do not understand. We live streamed with these. Patty, you want to give Angie yours? It's going to be the same thing with that. It's on the second side. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So we'll get you a headset. We're just going to have to share.
All right, I had to boot Patty off of her headset.
There we go. We booted Patty. I don't know why we've had this trouble before, but so Angie, are you excited for this day?
I am. I'm excited. I was expecting more people to be here, but it's early. People are probably finishing lunch.
Yep, it's only 11:30, so.
Yeah, but Josh sounds amazing up there.
Yep.
Yes. I love his music. I could sit here and listen to him all day. Well, I will.
Yeah. At least for the next 2.5
Yes,
hours.
correct.
So this has been
Yes.
the pool. Yeah, the pool, not the party.
Not the party.
No, the party is the final compilation of everything.
Yes. But everybody seems to love it, and I think it's just right. They love the little sun deck, or I don't
Right.
know, shallow end, I guess,
Yep.
whatever the technical term is. The kids, the adults, everybody's always hanging out over there, and they've got those built-in seats on the side of the pool, so they can just sit down in the deep end too. And,
Right. Yeah, I don't think I can zoom in. I may later have to try to be a roving reporter with my phone.
Yes.
But yeah, I love those seats on the deep end where you can just kind of sit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So how many people we got online with us?
Right now we got about 6.
Oh, well.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Somebody might be watching it on replay later.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Definitely got to do the roving reporter, and Marty's almost got the drinks and stuff ready over there, so she's got some fancy alcohol slushy machine going. I don't know. I know. She said, I've been looking for a reason to use this, so
there you go.
Yeah,
we gave her a reason.
That's right. We've got some ice cream up here. We brought the whole ice cream cooler up here so people can get a little ice cream, a little alcohol, a little pool time.
Linda says now you can officially go off the deep end.
That's perfect.
Have you launched that short you were working on, or that reel?
No. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot.
So you guys be ready here sometime today
Sometime
on
in the next 5
Facebook
minutes.
and Instagram. Angie's going to be putting up on the Camp Happy Acres account a reel.
Yeah.
This reel started way back in April before the pool got put in, and we finished it yesterday, and it is great.
It's only like 7 seconds, but it's fun.
but it's a great 7 seconds. So if you want to see Kevin go into the deep end, that's going to be a great reel.
Yes.
So
I was so busy getting ready this morning, I completely forgot.
And we have Rural Overlanding Studio here. He says hello to y'all from Alabama. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks for virtually coming in and joining us here for the grand opening of our brand new pool at Happy Acres Campground here in Angola, Indiana. We're in the northeast corner. There I am. So nobody needs to see me. I wore my Penguins hat today because it seems like penguins and pools go together. But okay,
maybe.
You gave me the same look that Patty gave me.
I mean, if you're at the zoo,
maybe.
Which this maybe sometimes could be.
Well, we've got some big weekends for people that aren't here right now. We still have some really good weekends coming up this year.
Yes.
I don't remember exact dates, but I know in August we have a tribute to Elvis weekend.
We do. Well, next week, the whole week is Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
So I've started to get my Christmas decorations out in the store.
Okay.
And got some new product that we're going to put out for that. And then I think the next weekend, or maybe 2 weekends after, I don't know, that's when Elvis is.
Okay.
The Elvis weekend. Yeah, and we've got a lot of fun activities.
Yeah, I know we have peanut butter banana s'mores, which may not sound good, but
so good.
it's probably the best s'more I've ever had.
I agree.
And so that's going to be fun. I know we're doing Pat Taylor is going to be performing live music.
She's been practicing her Elvis.
And if you've never seen Pat perform, she is part musician, part comedian,
just all
part
fun.
Retired school teacher.
Yes.
And I think we're going to do some Elvis trivia. I believe Patty's digging out some fun prizes for trivia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Elvis related prizes.
Yes.
So
yeah, Friday night we're doing the Booze and Brush, which
has
the I've seen the what do you call it? The final product, what we're going to be painting. It's really cool.
And it's Elvis themed, right?
It's Elvis, yes.
And so that's going to be a fun weekend. I'm trying to think what else. We have the Travels with Delaney camp out September 22nd, 23rd. Mm-hmm. We still have a couple sites left for that.
Yep. We'll have a big weekend coming up. I think it's the second weekend in October. Will be kind of our Halloween.
Yep. Ooh, spooky Fall Fest. And
yep.
I know we're trying to talk Kelly from Good Times Horticulture maybe at some point this fall to come back and do another planting class of fall fun.
Yes. He said he's down. I just got to finalize the plans with him. So, I'm excited.
And if you want to know the dates of all these great activities, just go on our website, camphappyacres.com, and then there's
a link right at the top. the banner at the top says click here to see activities.
Okay, there you go. It's that simple,
Yep.
and the dates will be listed. And if you're looking to come to our camp out, make sure you go to twdcampout.com. We have a dedicated landing page. There is a package, but on that landing page, it'll book your site and your package all as one. If you accidentally book just a site and you want to participate in those activities, we can add the package price on. So,
Yeah.
and that package price includes a welcome dessert party on Friday night. It's going to include a catered buffet on Saturday night, live music, pancake, sausage, breakfast on Sunday morning, and a special
gift, unique
gift.
gift.
Yep. And who knows what else. So
Yeah.
we had fun. I think everybody that came to the June camp out loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know no one left hungry. I know that. Wow, I see cocktails. I don't know. Look at
that looks like a Bloody Mary.
That looks like yeah. So looks like Josh might be taking a short break. So
he must have saw the cocktails also.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh.
Say that again. Oh, did the blue cord get unplugged right there?
No, but hold on.
Maybe the breaker.
I was rocking too hard and power out. I hate when that happens.
All right, we're back. We had a tripped circuit on the live music. So Earl says, tell Jerry and Teresa hi from Traveling on Adventures. We will, Earl. You're leaving Arkansas and headed to North Texas. I bet it is hot there, is my guess.
That's my guess too.
Yeah.
I know your aunt and uncle, they've been sweltering where they live near
I can't believe
Canyon Lake.
I can't believe we don't have Teresa or Jerry up here. I thought for sure they'd be up here by now. Actually, the reason they're probably not
well,
up
they're
here.
probably setting up, honey.
Yeah,
Reset.
so they came in a day early.
Yep.
And their site wasn't available. So they actually harvest hosted here last night. And yes, Happy Acres is a harvest host.
Right.
So if you ever
Say
want
that
to
fast.
harvest host. So you can actually come with your harvest host membership, and we just park you in our gravel parking lot up front for the night. And all we ask, like any host does, is maybe spend around $20, and you can do that either with firewood or ice or some amazing merchandise in the store.
Right.
Like Patty's wearing.
I got last year's. This is last year's, but heck, it's still cool.
Turn around.
I can't get turned. Hold on.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
sticking.
she's stuck. It's humidity. Yeah, so lots of nice shirts up there, hats.
Oh my gosh. And cutie bags. I got one. It's bigger. It's from my school bag. It's got all my pens and pencils and markers and whatnot. They got cool stuff. She does cool things. Because this is, the signature Happy Acres pattern.
Oh man, I see cornhole happening.
Yeah.
So I believe there might be, I don't know if there's a cornhole tournament today.
I'm not sure.
Kevin seems to be practicing.
Yeah.
And Kevin is the better half to Angie. Or would that be right? Or would Angie be the better half
I
to
think
Kevin?
Angie's the better half.
I don't know. They make a pretty good team. So
probably one is, I always call it, is the CEO, and the one's the CFO.
That's right. Who do you think's the CFO?
I would say Angie.
Angie's controlling the dollars,
I think she
you think?
controls the money.
Well, Patty, you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to attempt here in a second to get the roving.
Are you going to be a roving reporter?
I'm going to attempt it.
Oh,
so we'll
my.
see. But that also means you have to hold down the
boy.
The studio here.
Can I sing? Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
I guess you're going to get us a copyright.
Oh, no.
That's okay if you do.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
I'm not very good at
singing. Wouldn't be the first
singing.
time we've been in trouble.
Yeah. Won't be the last, right? Oh my gosh. I just can't get over this weather.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to be able. Do you have your phone on you?
No, I don't, honey.
Oh,
Sorry.
let me see if
Try your iPad.
we'll try my iPad. I'm using my phone as a hot link. Is that what you call it? Hotspot?
Hotspot.
Hot link.
Hot link. On
So,
fire. Hot.
so we'll see here.
But yeah, it's usually in July it can be in Indiana so hot and humid. And it's not that humid yet. We got a nice breeze.
No, we're
and,
really fortunate today.
And we've had this past week some cool nights. It's almost like makes you think fall's around the corner because usually in the summer, it's not that cool at night. You could be in the upper 60s at night, but it got down to like 57 last night. And you can have your windows open. Um, just nice. I mean, it's getting like going to be 81 today, and we're pretty lucky. We're not in the triple digits like some people. So yeah, I can't do triple digits. Too hot for me. I like it cool. So yeah.
Okay. We're going to attempt. Let's see here.
Oh boy, technology. I don't think I'll be able to hear you. Can I hear you, honey? Say something.
Came home from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while?
Bye, Linda. Have a good weekend.
Smile. What I really like that is borrow a car. See you later, then I have
Technology.
and the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy, little man. When you coming home,
I don't know. We're having technical difficulties.
we'll get together then.
It's not quite working like you want it to. That is my issue. Yep. More people are coming. It's great. Golf carts are lining up. Whiskey wagons open. People in the pool. Nice.
Well, I'm back. That didn't really work.
That didn't work, did it, honey?
No, that did not work. So,
oh man.
Linda, you have a great weekend too. And thank you for stopping by. And we hope to see you at some point.
Yep.
We'd love to have you back here. So,
Or we'll come your way
or yeah, we'll actually be coming your way, Linda,
in December.
In December. So,
Mhm.
Paul says the sound is off.
Oh no. What happened?
Let's see.
Techno issue.
Okay.
Are we okay now, you
I
think?
don't know. Are we back? Are we-
I'm sure someone will. Oh, Paul says it's back.
Okay, good. All
Thank
right,
you,
we're
Paul.
back. Yeah. Technical difficulties, Paul. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's okay. So
You
all
never
is
know.
good. So again, here you can see it's a beautiful day here in Northeast
Oh,
Indiana.
it's just gorgeous. Well, this is also 4-H Fair Rodeo Night around here. 4-H Fair has been
That's
going
right.
on.
The 4-H fair kicked off.
Yeah, there were some activities last night. There was, the Queen contest, which made me think back to when your sister was in the Queen contest.
And I should say, Paul, the Air Force guy, Chamberlain, is in the house.
He's in the house?
Yes. And for those of you that don't know, Paul was known for all the great work he did out at Beckley's RV
Yeah.
in Maryland. And then he left and went to Florida,
Mhm.
started up a real estate business.
Right.
And now that he's got that humming along, Paul is back.
He's back.
In the RV industry, or he will be shortly. I don't think he's officially started, but and I believe he announced. Well, I know he did. He broke the news on our live stream a week ago that he will be at Campers Inn
Yep.
in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yep. So he's selling campers and doing real
And
estate.
real estate. So whether you need a house or you
Or
need a house on wheels,
he'll help you out.
yeah. And not only do we consider Paul a friend, but I consider him one of the top RV people.
Oh yeah.
Because Paul is not going to just try to sell you something.
No.
He's going to, well, number one, he wants to make sure you get the right camper the
Right.
first time. And so he doesn't use the high pressure sales tactics.
Yep.
And he's always honest about things. But I think more important, what I love is Paul, once you buy the camper,
Mm-hmm.
he still talks to
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like he checks up on you. He wants to make a customer for life, not just a sale. So
Yep.
So yeah, glad Paul is back in the industry. The industry is better, and the Fitches are online.
I see that.
Dave and Andrea.
Hi guys.
Gosh, Dave, we got to get you up here sometime. One, because it's not that far, and two, we just haven't seen you forever.
Right.
So, and the Porters come here every now and then.
They
so.
do. Yeah.
Bill and Val.
Yeah.
So, and Dave, as you can see here at Happy Acres, we have a brand new pool. We're celebrating today. We've got Josh Ayers under the white tent there playing some acoustic music, which is amazing. We have the whiskey wagon here serving up some
James.
sold absolutely no ice cream.
No ice
Patty,
cream.
I'm starting to think it's us.
I think we don't have whiskey.
Well, that's true.
That's
true.
okay. We'll probably get ourselves an ice cream.
Yeah, and Dave, you don't have to worry because I know you got a pretty good sized rig. But the
There's plenty of room.
campground has sites for big rigs, small rigs,
Oh, yeah.
tents, full hookups, water, electric. In fact, if you're coming, Paul says he can't wait to share the campground they'll be staying at west of Jacksonville, just off I-10. Oh, we cannot wait to see that, Paul. In fact, Paul, we may have to do another live stream once you get moved in.
We're always looking for
and you can give us a tour.
Different campgrounds to hit when we travel. So that'd be awesome.
Absolutely, Paul. He says, thanks for the kind words. But and the thing is, I do mean it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. And so, we had Paul on, what was it, about a week or two ago. And, the interesting thing is, like, whenever we ask Paul questions, he always has an answer.
He knows a lot of info. Yeah.
And it's never, sometimes you get like roundabout answers from people. And Paul's like, in fact, one of the things I think we asked about, somebody asked about lubrication for like your slide outs. Paul's like, hold on, I'm going to get the can to show you. Like, that's the kind of information we as RVers need. We don't need just, you should lubricate. We need to know what types of products, because if you use the wrong product, that's a problem.
Absolutely.
So the Fitches, it says, we're at the new campground for Shawnee State Park in Southern Ohio. Nice. How is that, Dave? Is it a nice campground being new, I'm assuming? So
I wonder how far that is from us.
I don't know. He says Southern Ohio. So
yeah, that'd be a little
hike for us. Could be maybe somewhere between 4 to 6 hours. Maybe? Well, Columbus is the center of the state, Patty. Okay. But
I'm just thinking Southern Ohio.
Patty doesn't know her Ohio geography.
I need a map. Oopsie.
I don't even know if our mics will pick up Josh, because our mics are designed not to pick up.
Josh is so good.
But and some of it we really can't, because he is playing obviously popular music, but playing some Zach Brown band right now, free.
So good.
One of my favorite Zach Brown bands.
Oh, I know. It makes me have a memory of going to Colorado. Remember that?
Dave says it's about 2 hours south of Columbus, so it would be a haul.
And you made fun of me.
2 hours south.
I know, but I said, is it
near Columbus?
Yeah.
You must have a Mark Milinarski swing by radius if you think 2 hours is close.
I've been hanging around Mark a lot lately, so yeah. That's all right. Don't diss on my friend Mark.
Patty, what are your favorite sites here at Happy Acres?
Well,
would you say? Like, if you were going to come here and camp, which we camp already, but
I like the Skybox.
The Skybox. You want to tell people what the Skybox is?
Skybox is kind of the back end of the campground,
furthest away from the highway.
Yep, and the campground kind of goes. There's like an uphill area in the back where you're kind of tucked away. There's a tree line back there that you can get to the trails, and they're spaced out real nice. Kevin and Angie they have redone. They're going to even do some more renovation up there when the season's over. But those I think would be my pick.
Yep.
And now I know there's water and electric, but
there's
no
water,
sewer yet.
No sewer.
Yeah. But there's a dump station if you need it. But I think those are cool.
Yeah, if you're just coming for a weekend, the Skybox is great because there's only 6 sites up there.
Right.
Up there. And nice and grassy, big crushed gravel.
Yep.
But
those are the ones I.
Hey, Paul, you have a great day too, and go enjoy the pool. He says it's
Yes.
92 in Tampa and
He
lots
needs
of
to.
sun there.
He needs to
So
get in the pool.
thanks, Paul. I
Bye,
appreciate you stopping
Paul.
by. Yeah, so Skybox are really good.
Mhm.
I think my new favorite sites here are the back end pond sites,
Yeah, those are my second.
and they go quick because there's only 3 of those.
Yeah, those are new down here by the cabins, and
Yep.
they're beautiful.
Water and
Trees.
electric. They're just on the other side
Of the
of the cabins.
of the cabin, you can see in the picture
Yeah.
there. But and the new pond is dug out, and they're really nice. They've got this nice tree line.
I know. That's what I like is you
Mhm.
back up to the pond,
Yeah,
so you have a gorgeous view, and there's those trees which give
Yeah.
you plenty of shade.
big oak. I
They-
guess they're oak, maybe. I don't know, but they're big, and they give a lot of shade. And if you like, that's always nice too. So because in the skybox you don't get a lot of shade because it's a newer area. They planted some trees, but in a few years you're going to have some shade. But those are my two favorites.
Yep.
Now there are some sites in the other areas that are big. You have lots of grass, like Site 77.
Right. 77 might
Mhm.
be the best
Mm-hmm.
pull through full hookup
Mhm.
site here.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to say it is the best, and here's why I think it's the best.
Uh-huh.
It's an end site,
Yeah.
so you get all the grass,
Right.
and there's nobody on that side of you, obviously, because it's the end of that row.
And you look out. There's like an open field, and then you look out toward the skybox. There's like the driveway, or I guess the gravel road that takes you up to the skybox. You kind of look that way, so you're looking toward the sunrise in the morning, and then you have it's just
Right.
a pretty view.
That's the site actually Jerry and Teresa from Happy is on right now. And to give you a sense for how big that site is,
Mhm.
Jerry's pulling a 41-foot
Yes.
Keystone, Montana.
Yep.
And
No
he has
issue.
no issues fitting on it. Now he's got his, I'm looking here,
Yeah.
he has his truck parked perpendicular.
Perpendicular, yeah.
You like that? I knew what perpendicular
I
was.
see that your brain's working.
But
this
I
morning.
honestly, looking from here, I honestly think he could back his truck right in and he'd
Well,
be fine.
I think it was. I don't know what they had. Maybe had to unpack something, but they had it and it wasn't
Right.
sticking out. So maybe he just felt he didn't want to be in the way.
Could be.
I know how that is. You don't want to be in the way, but yeah.
I think one of us needs to go get one of those frozen concoctions
Okay.
and show everybody what they look like on
Okay.
camera. Which one of us wants to do that? You're going to keep the conversation going while I'm gone?
Sure, I can.
All right. What are you going
Yeah.
to talk about? You just going to sing the alphabet
I
song? or-
could. I just could. How many folks we got on right now? 7.
We have 7 people, Patty.
We'll
if
see
I
how
come
many
back
are
and
in
you
there.
lose all of them, I mean, I'm assuming you would all rather have the camera on the pool
I think so.
as opposed to Patty.
Yeah,
Although I
that's-
don't know, Patty, I'd rather look at you personally.
Oh, what do
All
you
right.
want?
Hey, Ken's here.
Hi,
Literally, somewhere in the park, Ken is here, but he's also online right now too. So, hey, Ken. All right,
All right.
I'm gonna run over to the
Go
bar.
get your drink.
You guys will. Well, I'd say you'd see me running, but you won't
No, you
with
won't.
the angle.
No, the angle's got to be different. I won't see you.
You'll see me because I see the red.
Yep.
If you see the red on the far side of
red
the pool,
square.
that's the liquor.
Yeah,
that's the whiskey wagon.
That's the wagon. All right, he's off. I can. Oh yeah, this is so much fun. It's just people just hanging out. It goes on till 2, and there's more and more. And, it's just nice. It's just kind of cool because it's kind of cool them go through their struggles to get this pool. Patrick ordered the whiskey wagon. There's a fun concoction I guess you can get over there for the pool party. So we went over to check that out. And all that. Yeah, we're just trying to do a live stream right now. So people are live later. You could cut on here if you want. This is Jerry.
Take over.
Yeah.
Take over Patrick's.
All right. This is Jerry from Happy Acres, or not Happy Acres. My mind just went blank, Jerry. Happy Place Diaries. Let me get him. There we go. See if people can hear Jerry. Let us know if you can hear Jerry.
Can you hear me? Check 1 2. Whoa.
There we go. I'm getting you adjusted here, Jerry. Try that again. Oh, there we go. I hear you. Hopefully others can hear you.
Hopefully,
Yeah. So you're moved up to your new spot.
moved up to the heights.
There you go. You're up in the heights. Like we said, they were harvest hosting, and then they're up on site 77. You got that awesome grass area
Beautiful.
on the end there.
Gorgeous view.
Yeah.
got that big field, not another RV obstructing,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's absolutely just this whole Happy Acres
Isn't it
is
nice?
exceeds expectation,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, especially when you're coming off the freeway, you're
Hmm.
like, oh, that looks like a nice little place, and then you come back here, and it's beautiful back here.
Hmm. They work so hard to get to where it is, and they still have all these plans. You talk to Andy, and crazy. She'll pull out her phone. If you give her an idea, she'll go, just a minute. And she scrolls on her phone with all these ideas. It's like, oh my gosh, you're making me exhausted looking at all these ideas she has for this place. Yeah.
Well,
So,
we were saying that when we were setting up over here in the wonderful Site 77, uh, that you can tell that they are pouring their heart and soul into this.
mhm.
And stories, you guys
Sure.
start kind of pushing it out.
Right.
And to see where it was and to come here now
Hmm.
and see where it is and see all the potential
Yeah, yeah.
that they have. And I mean, activities like this one today, I can't wait to get in the pool
Right, right.
because I saw it when it was a field.
Right,
So,
right.
well, I didn't see it. I saw it on video.
Pictures, yeah.
But
Right. And Patrick said that, I don't know if you knew this, but the pool water was 86 degrees.
okay, I'm
So
in.
they keep it heated. And usually that's a rarity in Indiana. It costs a lot of money, but their thought was, why have a pool if people can't get in if they're freezing? So,
Right, right.
yeah, so they got it nice. And at night, I guess the lights in it are red, white, and blue Kevin set up in it. So it's really nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't see that at night.
Yeah.
Well, last night when we were down there in
Right.
the lowlands. No, actually, for a harvest host.
Right.
Now we're lucky that our bedroom is in the back of our rig,
Sure.
and so it does cut down on a little bit.
I
It's amazing how little traffic is. 10 o'clock.
It got quiet, didn't it?
Yeah, it got really quiet. We were laying there thinking, did something happen?
That's usually what we think. Is there an accident or what's going on? Why is it so quiet?
Yeah, something had to be boogered up down the highway somewhere because it got really quiet. And I had a wonderful night. We opened up all the windows
Yeah,
last
we
night.
did too.
Oh, it was just gorgeous.
It just cooled off so nice, didn't it? Yeah. I got somebody on. Yeah. I'll let you have these. We do have the same color, don't we?
Oh well, hey.
Yeah, you're good. We're on.
He was
I'm
showing the lovely view of the pool, and now he gets us.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you have this because I need to use the restroom.
Oh, you figure out how to turn Jerry's mic on. Jerry, somebody was saying hi to you guys.
I didn't see it.
Let's see here. Well, it was before you got here.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Well,
go
we're
back.
here now.
Yeah, let's go back. I have short-term memory, so issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You know Earl?
No, but I'm sure we've met.
Traveling on Adventures.
I do know Traveling on Adventures. They changed their name. They were something before Traveling on Adventures, and now they're Traveling on Adventures. It was something on Adventures.
Okay.
And I am completely.
Were they teachers on Adventures?
We got a photo up here. They'll probably stream in, but
so you got all settled in this morning?
Yes. Thank you for the text.
I figured the sooner you could get to your site, the better.
Well, and I probably shouldn't put this out in public, but you texted me somewhere around 9:45-ish.
Yeah.
We were still in bed.
Were you? That's okay. You're on vacation.
There was such a nice breeze because the rig was facing west.
Right.
So we had a breeze coming across, and it was just so comfortable. We're just laying there just thinking, we're just going to wait until somebody knocks on the door and says, hey, you got to get out of here.
I wasn't going to knock because I didn't know if you were up or not, but I thought you might want to know. So if you want, get to your site and get set up. And so we think of that site.
I love it.
A lot of grass.
I was just telling Patty that in that row, I don't know that it gets better.
No. I think
Especially
it's
the
actually, I
way-
think it's the best one in the entire park for a pull through full hookup site.
Yes, and it's an easy pull in.
Yep.
It's going to be an easy pull out for 8 days from now.
Right.
But it's going to be and the level.
Yep.
We didn't have to do any leveling.
Oh, nice.
After we got it off the truck, everything just
Auto
we
level.
we level. Well, we didn't even hit the auto level because I put a little ball level there by the control panel, and I just watched it. And as soon as I came off the truck, it went down maybe 4 inches, and we were totally level side. Got everything set up, and are enjoying the AC right now.
I bet.
So,
It is going to be warm today. I don't know what they're saying, but the sun's out, blue skies.
Yeah. Well, and that the other thing on Patty, that 70, there's no obstruction all the way to the wood line back there.
Right.
So you have a beautiful view of.
Which means tomorrow morning you'll have a nice sunrise if you get up.
Oh, okay.
Before the sun fully.
Yeah.
We get some really nice sunsets here too. You'll be facing the wrong way for the sunset, but I'll tell you, come up to the pool area, the sunset's right across the highway there.
Yeah.
In fact, the other night we had some of that smoke from the wildfires. The sun was actually like an orange color, and they said it was because of the smoke. Absolutely gorgeous.
So following the Fitches said hey to me. So hey back to you. So it's funny you mentioned that smoke. So our trip is taking us from Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska, and then Missouri. We were in Missouri, up in northern Missouri, then Kansas City area, and then we went down to Branson. Branson was the first time we saw the smoke.
Really?
Yeah, and then I think it was, and then we came from Branson up to the St. Louis area, and then went over to Nashville, and it was a little hazy in Nashville for like a day, and then it cleared up, and I didn't feel it. Like that smoke followed.
We were up in Maine. We were not really getting much up there. Up there, here they had purple warnings. I guess that's not good. They were telling people to stay inside, and but when we got back to Indiana, we were back to pretty good.
Well, we get those because Oregon catches on fire every year.
Right.
And we were down in Southern Oregon 2 years ago, and the air quality was so bad that, it wasn't even, it was up in the 600s, 700s. Yeah. And like healthy is 20.
Wow.
And we were up in the upper 600s. So.
Well, the drink I went and I'm not sure what's in this, but there's a lot of liquor in this thing.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a tummy tickler. That's what that is. I heard coconut flavored rum. I heard peach schnapps. I heard a couple other liquors. Then I heard orange juice, cranberry juice. This thing is just.
So what you're saying is we're day drinking?
We are day drinking. Well, we're 2 minutes. And technically, if we were in London right now,
well,
like Lawrence, it's drinking time for Lawrence pretty much any time, right?
Well,
and for those of you that don't know, we're talking about our friend Lawrence from the Brazen Brits YouTube channel. So poor Lawrence, he's not even here to defend himself. I'm not sure he would though. He'd probably say, "Yeah, it's drinking time."
Well, he told me we were down there visiting them in January. I've got to quit drinking. I'm like,
that's funny. Oh my gosh. So, for those of you who don't know, we have, and for some reason, we have 4 mics. We have had this now 2 times in a row. StreamYard will not pick up channels 3 and 4.
Uh-oh.
And so, which kind of stinks because we have to share 2 mics.
And Patty, whenever you want this back, it's yours.
But, no, we're fine. We can hand off. But Jerry's here. Teresa's here. Happy Place Diaries. You guys are going to be here for 8 days, I believe, or 8 nights.
Yeah, we leave the 30th.
Okay.
So whatever that is, 8 days.
And you
8
left.
nights.
You left Oregon back in
June 15th.
June 15th. So you've been on the road for a while.
Been on the road for a while and absolutely loving every minute of it. Now, it's bittersweet because sweet.
Bittersweet.
I haven't even drank it.
Yeah, maybe you need a drink.
Maybe I do. We had our newest grandson was born with a little hole in one of the septums of his heart,
Okay.
and so he went right to the neonatal ICU, and they were playing the waiting game to see if it was going to heal itself and all of that. Well, they finally, at a month old, they decided to do surgery. So at a month old, he had open heart surgery.
Wow.
And here's the cool thing in modern medicine. So they thought there was a valve that needed to be fixed. And but they said that scale of 1 to 10, 10 being being at best, they wanted his numbers to be as close to 1 as possible. And he was up in the 8s.
Okay.
And on this valve pressure and flow and all that stuff. And they're watching the numbers as they're doing the surgery. And as soon as they patched the hole, it went from an 8 to a 2.
Wow. That's
like
good news.
instantaneously. And so he said, this kid's going to be all right. So he's home now. And the surgery was just a week and a half ago? Yeah.
So a week and a half ago, and now he's already home on Tuesday.
Yeah, the
That's
surgery
good
was
news.
Thursday. He went home Tuesday after the surgery.
Nice.
So that's the only downfall about being away.
Oh.
I just miss the grandkids.
No, I can imagine. I mean, yeah, that's
the hardest part
Right.
about the whole thing. And we've said this over and over again on our channel about being full-time and being full-time versus being full-time on the road.
right.
We were full-time in September in our rig, but we have the luxury of being near the house and all that stuff. Being away from home, and the greatest tether is the grandkids.
Right.
And we like our kids too, but
Right.
but the grandkids.
the grandkids, yeah.
And then Nicholas was born right before we left, and we got to see him in the NICU.
He was a week old.
Yeah, he was a week old when we hit the
Okay.
road, and then with all the, but I will tell you that it's a tale of two trips, because it was a whole lot of worrying about Nick and the family and all that stuff, and then he had the surgery, and then it was like all the pressure was off, and he got home, and so now we're in the second part of this trip, and totally relaxed
Right.
and not necessarily in a rush to get home, but we were right back on our original plan, because we were going to cut after the Keystone Ambassador Rally, we were gonna cut it short and just go straight
Go
home.
straight back, yeah.
But now we're like, well, let's just get back on our regular schedule, because we were planning on being home August 17th, and then we're turning around going right out to the coast for a week.
Okay.
But we were planning on being home August 17th, and now we're back on that regular plan.
Right.
So
You know, that could be a whole discussion. Oh, how cute. We're looking at pictures for those of you that have no idea why I'm oohing and awing over here. You know, full time can mean a lot of things. And I liked how you said we went full time, now we're full time traveling, but because you could theoretically live full time in an RV and not necessarily travel all over the world.
well, yeah, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that do that,
Right.
and we find a lot of value in. Teresa's
Aw.
totally distracting us with
Yeah.
pictures of the baby.
We should put her and Patty to side by side because they'll be looking at pictures and
Yeah.
yeah, no, I just think it's one of those things. A lot of times when people hear full time, they assume people are constantly on the move with their RV. And in fact, we have friends and have had friends over the years where they were, quote, full time, but it was basically come to Indiana, park it for 5 or 6 months, and then head back to Florida with their RV for the winter months.
Yeah.
So they were basically going between two parks.
Yeah, summer,
Um,
winter travelers.
Yeah,
Well, and like I was going to say, we find a lot of value in keeping the home base.
right.
And and the other misnomer on the whole full time thing is you have to sell everything and completely become a nomad,
Right.
and you don't. You can be full time, and Teresa's still working, until she cannot, about a year and a half, 2 more school years,
Okay.
and then we'll do a lot more travel, but we're never going to get rid of the home base
Right.
because we want that place that we could come in, plug in, be with the kids, be with the grandkids, do holidays at home, significant events and stuff like that.
We got more grandchildren coming. Not anytime
More grandchildren coming.
I'm sure there will
Yeah.
be.
soon. Yeah, at least 3 more.
I think the pandemic, when it happened, I think that was when people realized, like, maybe we do need a home base. Because I think before that, I don't know that a lot of full timers thought about what happens if I can't find a campground, or what happens if I have to hunker down.
Yeah.
And hopefully we never have to go through that again. But I do think it made people think twice about up and selling everything, or not having some place they could call home.
Yeah. Well, and if you follow the stories of some of the big,
Right.
for the camera,
Yeah.
I'm doing the air quote thing. The big channels, what are most of them doing now? They're buying plots of land.
Yep.
They're scaling back their big travel.
Right.
And I loved your story from the last month of we're just going to go to Maine, and then finding our someday we're going to explore somewhere that we grew up in but never saw anything.
Right.
We went to a lot of these places when we were kids, but now we're adults and you could do a lot more.
Right.
And so we're just going to explore the backyard. And I think we've been talking about that because of this massive trip that we're doing this summer. Next summer, we're going to explore Oregon,
Right.
because there are places that I've lived in Oregon about 30 something years, and you've lived in Oregon since you were a little kid. And there's places that we've never been to.
Right.
And things that, well, until Jarhead and Ginger came out to the Northwest and paid us a visit, we'd been to Astoria. We camp in Astoria 6 times a year, maybe.
Okay.
I had never been to the Astoria column. And they were like, well, what kind of cool things are there? I'm like, well, I've never seen that. Let's go check that out. It's like,
would you believe I have lived my entire life in the state of Indiana, and I've never been to the Indy 500? People fly from around the world to watch the greatest spectacle in racing, and yet we're 2.5 hours from the racetrack. We've never. Have you ever been, Patty?
No, I have not ever. Never.
That's yeah.
wow.
Isn't that crazy? And I think we're not. I think your story, our story, is probably pretty common for most people.
Yeah.
We all get excited about traveling 8,000 miles. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but several thousand miles to, yeah.
And, well, just like when we went to Kansas City, I've been to Kansas City. I used to live there when I was little, and we finally went this summer, and I told Jerry, I said, I want to go exploring. Usually when I go to Kansas City, I stay at my sister's house. We just fiddle fart around, and then,
Right.
but we got to go to Union Station. We got to go to Harry S. Truman's.
Is this awkward for you?
Yes, it's very awkward.
Yeah, Jerry's leaning over because again, we are for some reason we are down 2 mics today, and so we're Jerry and I are having to bend mics to our better halves so you can actually hear them. But yeah,
Yeah.
the good news is when we go to record the podcast with you guys, all 4 mics work for the podcast, so
there
you
we
won't
go.
have to share during the
And
podcast.
it's like we've never been really down south.
I'm
We've
just going to
never-
lean in a little bit.
Yeah,
Come here, honey.
we could flip your mic to the other side. That might help.
I was just going to talk about how we haven't been down south a whole lot except for the Crater Lake.
Right.
Oh, Crater Lake down.
We've been down to the beach on the south side of Oregon.
Yeah. And that was another thing. I'd never been to Crater Lake until we got an RV.
Right.
And everybody was saying, well, my sister was saying that they stayed at this little dinky campground just about 18 miles out of Crater Lake. So we caravan down there with our regular group, and now we go back every other year because it's amazing. It's a little KOA that doesn't act like a KOA.
Right.
And no offense to KOA, but
No,
um,
I know exactly what you mean.
yeah, and it's on its own lake, Lamolo Lake, and we go down there for a week like I said, every other year. Spend a week down there and just explore that area. And we, I guess to circle back to the original thought
Right.
was, I think a lot more people are doing that explore
Locally,
locally.
almost like staycations. They call
Well,
them.
yeah, and I mean with the price of fuel,
I smell
you
fried
almost
chicken.
have to.
Do you smell
Uh,
fried chicken?
Yeah, Kevin's back here. Kevin's back here cooking up some dogs, I think, for himself. So.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm
Mm.
smelling something,
I
but
know.
sorry about that. I just like,
But and we were celebrating. We're actually at a gas station doing the happy dance when we left the West
right,
and came out here, and we've been paying what we consider reasonable prices,
right.
and especially down in Missouri, Tennessee. 319 was the lowest we paid
Gas.
for diesel.
Okay. Oh, for
And-
diesel.
And yeah, and we were just like, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. And that's a part that I talked to my dad the other day. And he's like, oh yeah, enjoy it while you can, because when you come home, you got a mortgage, take out another mortgage because
We we go through that when we go to the East Coast because the prices on the East Coast are high, and so this is the third year in a row we've been up to the East Coast, and when we get back, we're always like, wow, it's so cheap to go out to eat.
yes,
Because in fact, a good example was our bill at a seafood restaurant in Maine. 2 people. I had one mixed drink. We each had an entree, and we split a dessert. It was around $90 for 2 people. We come back here. Our friends from Maryland come out. We take them over to the big Amish buffet. I pick up the tab. All 4 of us eat at the Amish buffet for the same price that 2 of us ate in Maine. And honestly, had more food at the Amish buffet, which you have to experience before you leave. We have to get you. But yeah, I mean, and sometimes I think we forget how affordable things are here until we travel to the West Coast or the East Coast. And fuel's the same way up on the East Coast. I mean, it's compared to here, it's high.
Yeah, so I think those are factors in why people are going full time and not going.
Right. Yeah, because if you have to fire up your truck or my truck every day or every couple days, that gets expensive versus if you can park at some place for 1, 2, 3 months at a time or more.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of our friends that are full time, that's exactly how they travel. They travel, and the shortest amount of time that they'll stay at a place would be a week. But most of the time, it's 2 weeks. If there's a lot to do in that area, or there's a lot of friends in that area, they'll stay for a month because number one, your rates are so much better at a campground. Anytime you go over 7 days, and then your monthly rates start knocking that down too. So
Right.
that's something that we learned because we've been doing a week at a time, and then we had 2 stops that were shorter than a week, and we felt it.
Right.
We felt in the cost of the.
And even just physically, I know when we're traveling, like we were on the road like every 2-3 days we were moving for about 2 weeks. And then we finally took like 9 days at one location. I was like, oh, thank goodness, because it just gets tiring after a while.
Yeah. Well, we had a big travel day this morning.
I know. I hope I hope it didn't cost too much to move and you're not exhausted from that move from the parking lot up here back to your site.
Yeah.
I was telling people that, we are a harvest host here. And so, like it worked out good for you guys. You wanted to come in a day early. It was a little warm when you first got here, but.
Well, and there again, we were sitting in Columbus, and we were talking about, well, our next stop, we were going to go east and then come back
West, yeah.
this way. And, you start looking at, well, we topped off the truck and we said, well, do we want to make it a 6-hour trip or do we want to make it a 3-hour trip?
Right. Come straight here.
And we like the 3-3-3 rule.
Right.
Um, and so coming up from Columbus was 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Right.
And we got an extra day here to just kind of chill.
We were going to Akron.
Akron.
We're going to go to Canton.
Canton to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but that's something
NFL.
that we can do again some other time.
Yeah, there's always other
I'd
trips.
rather do it with a bunch of people that love football like
Right.
you.
And
I wanted to get here and have that big chunk of time to go out with you guys or just sit and do absolutely nothing.
Right.
yeah, well, and hindsight being what it is, it's almost as if the gods were saying, "Don't go to Canton," because our plan was to run the generator.
Yeah.
And
and it
and
Didn't work.
had a little issue.
I needed that part.
Plug.
And so if we would have got there, we would have literally, because you can't take dogs to the
Museum.
to the Hall of Fame there.
Right.
So we were going to run the generator so that we could have the AC going
Right.
for the
And you wouldn't be
dogs.
able to. So you would have drove all the way over there only to find out I can't go to the museum.
To
or
probably just keep driving
yeah.
and find somewhere cooler to go. So
But what our problem was is that Jerry said that we really need to try this out before we go, and we never did.
Right. Yeah, I think we all learned that. Like, we had a similar situation. We got out a harvest host in Massachusetts. I pull out the generator. I've got all these connectors, but I don't have the right connectors. And it's like, and it's hot, like you guys yesterday. You pull in, you're like, luckily Walmart for the win. They had the 2 plugs I needed, but I'm like, why did I not try this out before we left? So
yeah.
it happens to all of us.
Just tell everybody, try it out before you leave.
That's
Well,
right.
and the moral of the story though is when the generator says RV ready,
Yeah, it's not RV.
it's RV ready as long as you're not using a surge protector.
Right.
And we have the hardwired
Which, yeah,
power watchdog.
because honestly, I was thinking that when we were texting yesterday or talking, I was like, just don't plug the surge protector in. But then when you got, and I saw that yours was hardwired, I'm like, oh yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, and
Because there's always that great, I hear different stories. Some people are like, you always want to have your surge protector. I've had other people like, why do you plug your surge protector into the generator? It's pure power. It's not going to, but you didn't have a choice either way because yours is hard. So.
And I mean, there was it was a fleeting second where I thought, I'm going to crawl under, I'm going to crawl into the compartment, and I'm going to take those 4 wires and I'm just going to splice them together. It's one night.
Right.
It's not going to catch on fire.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
And
It was so cool last night that
yeah, last night we had the windows open. We didn't even run the AC. So
yeah, we ran the generator.
it's the afternoons. It gets hot here right now in the afternoons, and then by night it cools down.
Yeah,
so.
we ran the generator for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours yesterday.
Right.
And ordered the part that we need. So we're good. But yeah, it's one of those things where what we've learned over not as many years of RVing as you, but always trust your gut. Always, if it doesn't feel right, smell right, look right, it's not right. And lessons learned is, test things out before you get on the road, because sure enough, Murphy follows the trailer around.
Absolutely. It's always, we won't even talk about my Murphy, but that's a whole,
Well, I had one
most
this
people
morning.
know about that one. So, well, I tell you what, we are going to wrap this live stream up because I want to get these guys on
Let me get Patty
podcast.
back
No,
up.
you're fine. You're fine. We're going to actually record a podcast now. Our podcast, for those of you who don't know, we have Travels with Delaney, the podcast. You can find it on all the major podcast networks, wherever you listen to your podcast. So if you want to hear a discussion with Jerry and Teresa, we'll have that. It's probably going to be sometime in September. For a change, we're actually way ahead of schedule with our podcast, but we're going to get that recorded for you. So that'll be coming up. But for everybody that joined us on this live stream, thank you so much. Again, we're grand opening this pool, the beautiful pool here at Happy Acres today. Plus, we got to get these guys some drinks. So, all right, everybody, thanks
they're
for
playing
joining
our
us.
song.
And they're playing our song.